Hello again, everyone. This is me, Chinatsu. Since I started making videos for this channel, I've received quite a few comments, and some of them were actually questions. And I thought it would be interesting to answer to some of your questions in my video. I've got a couple of things that I wanted to discuss with you guys today. It's not going to be only me with you guys. We're going to do it together. So there is some sort of interaction going on today. It's going to be fun. Anyway, I've got one question from my viewer. She asked me, so what are we supposed to say when we didn't get what the other person has just said? Is that pardon? Or pardon me? Well, you can say pardon. It's very common to say that, but there is actually another option as well. By the way, if you've got any questions or comments, feel free to leave it down below. So the questions, it can be just personal question about me or life in Australia, study abroad, working holiday, can be anything. Of course, questions about English, they are all welcome as well. I try to reply to each comment as much as I can. I do enjoy reading your comments. Unless you leave any spicy, mean comments, and they are all welcome. If you've got any questions or comments, leave it down below. Let me hear what you have to say. All right, let's get right into it. I made this video. It's actually a short. I don't know what it's called exactly. It was sort of like a trailer for my main video. It has got like 400k views so far. It's been only 3 weeks. That video is doing great. I've got quite a few comments, like over 100 comments. Actually, some of them were a little spicy. In that video, my point was when you speak English, what people want to hear is actually what you say or how you express yourself, because a lot of Japanese people are kind of too self-conscious of their English, so they're like, oh, I don't want to make a mistake, or I don't want people to judge my English. Ended up just being silent, and I don't like that. I mean, I didn't like it myself. So, I mean, I used to do that and I hated it. So I just wanted to say, hey, don't be scared of making mistakes. People actually don't judge your English, whether they are native English speakers or even like if they're not, people don't care about how good your English is or even like what level your English is or something like that. Again, what people want to hear is what you say. However, I've received some comments saying that, well, fair enough, but if people don't understand you, what's the point of that conversation? You're not wrong at all. What I didn't tell you in that video was I have never ever said that you don't have to do anything. You don't have to try to learn English at all. You just sit on the couch and nibble some snacks and then watch some movies like, I don't know, Mean Girls or whatever, just casually. And then you expect that your English is going to get better. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen. Don't forget that English skill is a skill. It's similar to, for example, sport or a programming skill, or it can be just like marketing skill or whatever. It's something like you have to sit and face to it at some point in your life. You have to work hard to improve that skill. Dancing, for example, you have to learn it, you have to practice it, and then at some point in your life, you have to be on the stage and you have to perform what you have got, right? So it's the same thing. When it comes to language skill, it can be a bit complicated. I mean, we get confused because I'm pretty sure most of you guys are Japanese and we can speak Japanese and we can understand Japanese, and it feels very easy. It doesn't feel like we spent so much money on it. But actually, what we have done so far is we went to school. We have learned so many things from our family and friends and TV shows. We used to watch Doraemon, something like that. We actually had heaps of practices when it comes to Japanese. So that's why we can speak Japanese, right? Honestly, I'm not really good at sonkeigo. I really don't want to say that my Japanese is getting worse or something like that, because I never ever forget Japanese, even though I'm in Australia. The reason why I'm not good at sonkeigo is just purely because I don't have a lot of opportunities to use that sort of language. So probably you guys are better at it because you speak sonkeigo for work or something like that. That's Japanese skill. And in English, and then of course, babies, they pick up a language very quickly, and it's sort of like a survival mechanism, isn't it? That's how our brain used to work when we were little. So when it comes to English, you have to study, you have to learn. So it's not like you don't have to do anything and then you say whatever you want to say and it's going to be okay. So don't forget that English is a skill as as well. I've got another similar comment as well. He said, in business, you can't make a mistake. You can't say like, oh, sorry, my English is not good, but let me say whatever I want to say. It doesn't work like that. Honestly, yeah, you're not wrong. But if you have to speak English at work, it's your responsibility. English skill, language skill is the same with Excel skill, Microsoft skill as well. So you can't make another excuse. You try hard to up your Excel skill, but how about English? You can do that as well. That's my reply to those comments. Like, sorry, I'm not upset or I'm not angry or anything. I just wanted to be on the same page with you guys in that sense. So that's why I wanted to talk about it first. Let's move on to the actual question. So what are we supposed to say when we didn't understand what the other person has just said? Well, my answer is it can be a bit surprising, but you can say, sorry. I can actually imagine some people come up to me and say, hey, sorry means an apology. You don't have to be sorry for not being able to hear or understand what the person said. Yes, it's an apology, but also it's not, if that makes sense. We say, ごめん、なんて? We actually say ごめん, but it doesn't mean apology. It doesn't necessarily mean apology. Yeah, we are sorry. It's not the same with, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't understand what you say. I'm so sorry about it. But actually, it's like, sorry, what was it? At least people in Australia, people I have met in Australia, they use sorry very often. And then you have to be aware that it's actually sorry. It's not sorry. And so the intonation is a little different. The reason why I wanted to bring it up in this video is I feel like there is a gap between what is actually going on in the world and what we have learned from textbooks. So of course you can say pardon or pardon me, but there are more options. Now, of course you can say like, oh, what did you say? Or said it again? Can you please say it again? You know, something like that. Another thing to consider is it totally depends on that person. It totally depends on that area. So it can be different in Canada, America, Europe, or even in Australia. And actually everyone has got a personal preference as well. So sorry, pardon, said it again, you can use anything. Like they are not exactly the same, but you can use any of them, if that makes sense. My whole point in this video is English, or even like any language, can be flexible. It can be diverse. When we learn English, I mean, at least I was like that when I was in Japan. I was quite stubborn. Like I was like, okay, in this situation, I have to say this, I have to say that, or I have to use that expression. And in an actual conversation, what I cared about was how correct my English was, right? I'm pretty sure some of you guys relate to that. I couldn't be flexible. But now I do understand there is more diversity in English. For example, my colleague, she's quite bogan. If you don't know what bogan means, just Google it after this video. In a situation like something annoying happens, we say, oh, it's not good, or oh, that sucks. You know, that's what we often say. Instead, she said, oh, we love it. So she's just being sarcastic. But what she means is actually, oh, that's not good. They sound a little different, and then they've got a little different kind of vibes, but still they are okay. Like you can use any of them. It's important to learn English from books, and because that's what we all have to start, right? Vocabularies and rules and pronunciation, grammar rules and all that stuff. Don't forget that English, I mean, what is going on in the whole world, it's a little different. So that's the reason why I don't want you to be scared of making mistakes, because it can be flexible. People actually can understand you if you do your best. So just don't be shy and feel like, oh, I'm not good enough, or my English is not good, and something like that, because there is always something like you can do. Actually, I have to go right now, so I have to cut it up now. I hope you enjoyed this video. Actually, I want to do this kind of videos more often. So if you've got any questions about English or just lifestyle and all that, just leave it down below. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And if you've got any questions or comments, please leave it down below. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, you're more than welcome to as well. I sound like I'm in a rush, don't I? Anyway, see you in the next video, guys. Thank you for watching this video.